I'm here, I'm alive, it's okay. I just, yeah, you can see, not having the best time at the moment. I've had loads of messages from you asking if I'm okay, so I just wanted to come on and explain a few things. And also I've been busy this morning trying to work out how I can go forward with this group. So basically, this group has just got far too big. When the group started getting far too big, people felt uncomfortable, so I set up subgroups. So now not only is this group far too big and still growing, I also have loads of other little subgroups as well that are playing on my mind. Now, when I started This Girl Is Enough, I had a very strong message to put out. The driving force behind everything, highly out, the driving force behind the whole project was for me to create a space where I could support and empower women who were feeling like shit. Hi, Joe. This group has grown, this movement in the last 7 months has grown bigger than I'm ready for, in all honesty. I've crashed down again. I'm going to try not to cry because I'm feeling tad emotional about this, because I kind of feel like my message is being drowned out. I love that there's so many women that benefit from this group. I love that. I love that. But it moves so fucking fast in here that any time I put a message out or I try and get a message out, it is lost within about 10 minutes. And I feel like my original message is being lost, which leaves me feeling really frustrated that I'm not having the opportunity to support women in the way that I set out to support them. I've got my new online project starting next week or in a couple of weeks, and I had an event ready, and it's come to quite a startling revelation that I can't do it all. So I've had to make changes. The first change being that I've cancelled the London event and I've refunded the tickets that had already been bought. That really wasn't a very easy decision for me, as you can imagine, but I have to consider myself in this whole This Girl Is Enough circus as well, quite frankly. And I feel like I'm not doing what I set out to do with this thing. I feel like it's just run away with itself. I feel like I'm not even really part of it anymore. And I feel like I'm watching it from the outside, which breaks my heart because that's not what I set out to do. And it's left me redundant with what I set out to do. So I have to stay true to me. I have to stay true to my message. I have to stay true to where I started and what my purpose was. And for me to be able to do that, and this is the bit that's really been a real massive fucking struggle for me, and I want you all to know that this is a massive struggle for me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this group down, and I'm going to open a paid per month group, because I am so ready to mentor women to a place where they are loving life, and I'm not getting the opportunity to do that in this group. And I know there's so many of you in here who are doing such amazing work supporting each other, but for want of sounding like a sport brat, this was my thing and I've lost it, and I don't want to lose it because I want to be actively supporting women, and I don't feel that I'm getting the opportunity to do that in this group because it's too big, it moves too fast. I tried to please everybody by setting up the subgroups. That's just given me another 5 groups to be aware of that are all working under This Girl Is Enough. I branched out too quick. I have 7 ambassadors that I'm trying to support, which I don't feel I'm supporting them enough because I'm stretched too much, and I've just hit a brick wall. Thank you, Karen. I've just hit a brick wall. I've spent all last night and this morning crying and a very long call to my good friend Nicola. And I have to be honest, this isn't going the way that I wanted it to go. And so I have to pull it back for the good of my message and for the good of what I stand for. And I think the easiest way to do that is to have a £10 a month group where I will be constantly in support. I will cap the numbers at 50 for originally, and see how I feel supporting that number, and then obviously add extras if it's working for me. I don't want to exclude people. I'm very aware that I don't want to exclude people, but I cannot do it on this number. And so it seems the only fair way is, you know, that I scale down and have a more manageable size group, which is a fucking challenge in itself for me to get to that realization. I really, really hope that you're all going to hear this message in the way that it's intended. I really hope that you all know me well enough now to know that I'm not doing this for a quick fucking buck, but that I'm doing this because I want to help women who seriously want my help and my support, and are looking to evolve, or looking for a smaller, safer space to evolve in, that I am able to fully support him. Because this is out of control now for me. You know, groups that go over 1,000 in sales groups, and you know, any kind of standard function group where numbers aren't an issue. But when you're talking about a group that I set up to be a supportive, safe space, it does not work on numbers like this. So, like I said, I really hope you can all understand where I'm coming from. But, you know, I am totally depleted. I have had 7 months of fucking crazy overwhelm. And for me to sustain this, sustain my passion for supporting women, I need to make it as sustainable for myself as possible. And I feel that by having a smaller subscription group, I will be able to hold that space as I imagined it being held, and I will be able to support those women as I imagined I would be supporting women. So that's the end of my message. I'm so sorry for anybody who bought a ticket for the London event. They've all been refunded this morning. That's that. I'm going to share above, in the comments above when I come off here, I'm going to share a link to the new group, and this group will be shut tomorrow night. So I'm going to disappear again for a little while now, because this has been really big for me to acknowledge. It's really big for me to have to do, because exclusion is not my thing, but I can't see how else it can work. So I'm going to take a couple of days off to get my shit together, and I'm going to come back refreshed in the new subscription group with numbers that I can manage, so that I can fully support women who need that support from me. So thank you everyone for joining me, and I might go and do my roots now. Shall I maybe take some time out, by the way, closing this group and opening the new one? Yeah. I'm going to open the new groups open now, because I wanted to just get everything set up so that now I can just turn off for a couple of days, and just focus on getting back to me. Thanks, Victoria. Thanks, Chantal. Yeah, and invest in me for a bit. But I hate to have to close it, because I know it's such a vital source of support for so many people. But I just, you know, I just feel this is what I need to do right now. So thank you for coming along for the ride, and I really, really hope that some of you will join me in the new group, where it will be a smaller, safer, more supportive space. Well, I don't know that you can get more supportive actually, but this vibe will be coming with me. So look at the state of my hair. Honestly, I look like fucking death. So yeah, I'm going. Thank you so much. Bye.